I'm answering your question. Buckle up. Full disclosure, I'm the survivor of LDS ecclesiastical sexual abuse. Do my husband and I, allow home teachers and visiting teachers, or whatever they're called in the church now, over to our house? We don't. I grew up in branches and had very little experience in wards. I think I had about a year and a half in a ward before I turned 18. All the trauma around my ecclesiastical abuser, who was in the bishopric, occurred in a ward. But for almost a decade in Montana, we'd gone from branch to branch along with my husband's job. So this was the first ward in Montana that we moved into. My 7-year-old daughter had a primary teacher who gave off red flags for me because he reminded me of my ex-husband. I asked around, and of course, as Latter-day Saints are so willing to gossip, I learned that his wife had recently left him and taken her children with him, that there was a sexual abuse allegation, that the ward leadership didn't believe it was true, and therefore most of the ward members supported this man, which was a repeat of my experience. But I tried not to judge him. I tried not to project. It was difficult. We had a hard time getting into our community because housing is very difficult to obtain, so we were crammed into this tiny little apartment, and our bedroom had to be in the living room, like my husband and my bed. So this guy seemed very anxious to come and home teach my daughter. Red flags going off. One Sunday night, he shows up around 7:30, 8 o'clock, bedtime-ish, and sure enough, my daughter was in her nightgown, and he decided to sit down on my bed, which he knew was my bed, in my house, and talk to us and stare with eyes like this at my daughter. I told, in confidence, members of the Relief Society that I didn't want this man to keep coming, and in fact, I didn't want any more ministering shit at all. This is never going to stop. It's never going to leave me. It's all over the church. I've had it. I've done. I've given you enough chances. No more chances. Cut the cord. Bye. Done. Of the sisters in this ward, 2 were decent to me, and 1 was actually kind and cared about me. She sort of tried to minister to me independently, unofficially, tried to befriend me with our common interests. And one day I think she was trying to bring me back. She asked me to help her teach a lesson on lactofermentation. So I made sauerkraut and I made kimchi and I helped have materials ready so that she could bring it into the sisters for a lesson, which I would not attend. And she was honest with me. The reception was not good. The sisters thought it stunk, etc., etc. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Yeah.